Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome back to my Let's Play of the Age of Decadence. We have really kind of messed things up. So I've got to talk to Strabos to my next assignment. I don't know where Strabos is. So I guess I should go back to... Oh, hell, where is Strabos? I thought he was in that main city. I should also go to the Dead River in Hellgate for the temple. Let's take a look at the character. I got no extra skill points. Let's swing by the world map, and we'll go back to. We'll go back to Madoran for now. I think I've been to Hellgate, but there's that creature down there, isn't it? Or is that in another location? It's been a while, I can't remember. I'm trying to boost my lore so I can actually take a look at some stuff. So I have to talk to Strabos. Let's go to the Merchant's Plaza. And it's got to send me upstairs. Find out what my next task is. Strabos is no... Oh, Strabos is here. Here we go. You did well in Ganazar, RPG Crawler, says Strabos, looking pleased. 30 skill points and 1,000 Imperials. Yet, you gave Ganazar to Mesos. Thank you, Master Strabos. I gotta say, you have the right attitude, RPG Crawler. Keep up the good work. Wait, Strabos stops you. My fellow members of the council feel that all ancient places of power must be accounted for and sealed. That temple that Antidus and Meru were searching for is at the top of their list. Don't disappoint me, RPG Crawler. So I've got to find that temple. And I've got 30 more points that can give me... I can get my lore to 8. I'm not even sure what I'm doing here. 30 skill points is a lot. So I've got to find that temple. And I do have some leads. So let's go ahead and now I'm supposed to get to the bottom of the abyss. Do I want to try that again? Yeah, let's save the game and go to the abyss. This area is closed until further notice. This is one of the guards. The show is over as another guard. Did something happen? The zealots claim that the god's wrath made the ground holy, so they marched in and started harassing people. The charm sellers tried to kick them out and almost started a riot, so we were told to seal the area and keep everyone out. Can't go there anymore. It's sealed off. So let's see. Now the Arch didn't offer anything. Zamedi really didn't offer anything. So I got either the Dead River or Hellgate. Let's try the Dead River first. Now that I've got some lore, let's try this. So I've got to, I guess, head down here. Head down the stairs. See if there's anything I can do. With my new and improved lore totals. Alright, there's all these people around. Let's examine the machines. Watch. Some sort of crafting requirement, isn't it? Lore, examine it. By sorting through the tangled disarray of cables, you determine the machine was once connected to a bank of power generators. The generators themselves were gutted long ago and their shells converted by some ancient devotee into small shrines. That is problem number 1. I can't restore power. You feel like you're trying to repair the ruptured hull of a galley with a handful of twigs and glue. It cannot be done. How about if I go ahead and boost crafting? There we go. Try it again. Success. By kicking apart the mechanical abominations left by the locals and rifling through the detritus, you manage to scrabble together enough to repair one generator. It's less than you need, but it will have to do. Sweeping the candle stubs and mouse skulls aside, you start rebuilding the generator. It is not your best work. In fact, from a distance of 5 paces, your creation is indistinguishable from its mutilated brethren. But when you throw the lever, it gives an almost human wheeze and reluctantly comes to life. The Elder gasps as a dull glow heralds the generator's return to basic function. The machine is working at no more than 30% capacity, but it's the best you can do. 2 points left. Easier said than done. Alright. I need to get more crafting. More crafting! I need to get 8 more points into crafting. Yeah. So that's not going to work. Well, let's see what else I can do. Let's go outside. There's got to be other things I can do in other places. Let's, let me quick save the game real quick. And go to... What's a good place? Have I been to Harren's Pass? I have not been to Harren's Pass yet. You've heard many stories about Harren's Pass. In the stories, it was a legendary place, high in the mountains. Great warriors, each worth 100 of the wasteland scum, were tasked to ensure the safety of the southern cities. Time and time again, they held the pass against those who would destroy us. Travelers bold enough to brave the dangers spoke of towers almost touching the clouds, picturesque views, and the horrors of the wasteland. As usual, the reality proved to be far less glamorous. The pass is nothing but a wide ledge on the side of the mountain. 2 walls block the ledge, forming a makeshift fort, housing 2 small buildings, a place to sleep and a place to eat, and 2 old, weather-beaten wooden towers threatening to fall apart at any moment. The great warriors looked more like the very cutthroats they were supposed to defend travelers against than military men. They were well armed, perhaps too well. You wouldn't be surprised to learn if they do a bit of raiding on the side. Okay, plus 5 skill points. Let's save the game. Talk to Bass, see if he needs anything from me. Do you need anything? No, I don't. Alright. Well then. I could go to Kaer Tor and find out if there's anything for me there. I mean, I could take my newly improved lore and try a couple other places. Isn't there something in Saros I still need to figure out? Basically, I'm going to be bouncing around places trying my new lore out. Trying to get like 3 more skill points. Is there any place else I haven't been yet? There's alchemy, but I feel like I wasted some of my skill points over the time. There's only so much skill points I can do in this game. Did I ever restore this? I think I did, didn't I? See if you can fix it. Success, as far as you can tell. It's a generator built after the fall of the Empire, which explains its design. Less reliant on otherworldly energies and things man wasn't let to know. It runs on oil, but the parts that inject the oil into the main chamber and the air valve regulating the air intake are missing. The rest you can do without, considering that you only need this fearsome engine destruction to report for duty one last time. Come to think about it, you could probably do without the fuel injector and rig up something very temporary and hope the machine doesn't blow up in your face. So I guess that didn't really work. Am I going to fire it up? Leave it alone, it's not working yet. So it gave me what I needed. Let's press the switch. Okay. You press the switch, but nothing happens. Probably needs power. I need portions for. I need sections for that. Wait, let's look at crafting. Let's take a look at crafting. Let's look at crafting. Okay, what I need is nothing in here. I have no schematics. I've got nothing that needs repairing. Well, that was kind of a loss. Wait, there's upstairs here. I never went upstairs. Let's do it. Alright, examine the shelves here. Scrolls fall apart when you touch them. Anything back here I need? There's strength. Clear the debris. I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think I've got the strength for it. But it might be worth trying. Let's examine the shelves here. Cities lay in ruin. The rivers no longer flow. The mountains had tumbled, and the dead did strew the whole land. The wrath of power brought down the wicked kingdom of Kantar and the glorious empire. The gods returned to the kingless realm, for everyone must go to the place from which he comes. I didn't even realize there was a place up here. Let's go out back and try to clear the debris back there. I doubt it's going to work because my strength is like 5. So it's like really not going to work. The stones are too heavy, yeah. That really doesn't help me out much. Not seeing anything else really of use out here. Yeah, so I've got materials I've got parts that I need, but I can't really get. Is there something up here on this wall? I mean, I don't think I can go up there, can I? No. Let's get out of here. I'm just making sure there's nothing I need up here. Alright. Well, where's next? Saros wasn't good. Bandit Camp won't be good. Ganazar won't be good. Old Facility might be good. Let's take a look at that. Alright, go down. Wait, is this the place with the strange creature? Examine the machine. Stripped of anything of value. Examine the boxes. I've been through all this. Climb down. See what's down here. I think I collapsed this place already. Just making sure there's nothing I need. Yeah, and I can't get to that. Alright, well, nothing I can change over here. Well, examine the pipes. I don't think I can do anything, yeah. Already looked at them. Already looked at them! This is really limiting me. Alright. Oh, there's Dead River, there's Hellgate. There's a Medi. I'm not seeing the... I don't think I can go to Adia again. Let's go to Hellgate. See if there's anything in here. Enter the Hellgate. Alright. I'm gonna see if I can't unlock anything. Alright, perception lore, try to piece the fragments together. It seems the last few months were spent in preparation for an unspecified but important event. To access the ziggurat was restricted, and the facility received a shipment of mechanized units. On the last day, all personnel was ordered to abandon the facility and render the port inoperable. Perception lore? That seems the last few... Okay, already got that. Yes. Okay, quick save in the game. Nothing around there I need. Let's use the elevator, but I don't think there's anything I can actually do down here. But I gotta check with my new lore and such. If I get just a couple more points... I can auto-save the game. Or I can save the game. Alright. Step back. Alright, one way or another you have to get past the construct. I have no... Oh, you know what I could do? I could try to make, like, explosive now, right? That's alchemy. Yeah, alchemy is not going to do me any good. Or I can buy some explosives. Yeah, I think I settled on that before, didn't I? But let's check out a few more places, because... before I do anything. Or anything drastic, that is. Maybe Zamedi again? I don't think there's anything I can do at Zamedi either, though. That's the real issue. Talk to the preacher. I don't think that's going to do me any good. So Zamedi has a lot of stuff out here. But I'm looking for anything with like an interaction thing or anything that looks interactable. And I don't think there is. There's a relatively large town. And there's nothing that can be really done. This is a fairly big map. And there's just endless waste after endless waste. Alright. Well, let's go to this thing, which is not going to be helpful, like, at all. Shimmering wall, not going to help me. Alright, leave. I need to find some way to shut this down. Oh yeah, this is not getting me anywhere. This is definitely not getting me anywhere. I mean, unless there's like some stairs or something that I'm just completely missing. Oh man, this is kind of... I could go to Karator, find out if the soldiers wanted me to do anything. What's the outpost? Yeah, I already searched that. Let's go to Ganazar and find out if there's anything I can do in there. Although I don't think there's going to be. Actually, let me take a look. I can see... Let me go to the fort real quick. There's nothing I can do in the fort. Okay, won't let me into the fort. Alright, well, let's go to the Temple Square, I guess. It's just out here. Let's talk. Let's check out the consortium. I'm at a loss as to what to do next. All right, let's head upstairs. Let's talk to Athanasius, see if he's got anything to say. Well, if it isn't the unreliable Master RPG Crawler, I'd love to chat, but I have a guild to run. Now the city is under new management, as they say, we can expand our operations and secure previously unattainable positions. So it worked out well then. Are you asking me if I managed to land on my feet after you betrayed me and handed the city over to Masus? Of course I did. Stravos needs the money to secure his gains, which means he needs me working my magic and conjuring gold out of thin air. Needless to say, you're no longer in my employ. Perhaps Master Masus will reward your unwavering loyalty, but from what I hear, he has a very short memory, so you better hurry. Okay. Well. Let's talk to Bronsha. See if you got anything up here. A middle-aged woman in simple, well-worn street clothes sits cross-legged on the ground in the shade of a tree. She chews on a crust of bread, pausing occasionally to consider a small stone or a speck of debris on the ground before casually brushing it away. A few people mill lazily about, clearly waiting for something. What's going on? We're waiting to hear Brancha speak. What does she speak of? Many things. She seems to be a wise woman, but claims to be unwise. Either way, her words are interesting to ponder. You have a patient crowd. What do you do here, woman? A small crowd watches you approach, drawing quiet and attentive. I eat, she says casually, finishing her last bite. Now what do you do? She smiles and nods. Now I seek a morsel more filling than bread. I look for wise men and women so I may learn from them and know true wisdom. Are you a wise man? The few people that are gathered to listen closely to a little better to hear your conversation. Hopefully I'm wiser than I was yesterday and will be wiser still tomorrow. That's about all I can claim. Aha, like me, you are wise enough to see how little you truly understand. You and I are lucky to have figured out this much. Many that would claim to be wise haven't even gotten this far. Let me ask you, many common folk complain about the harshness of the world around them and how it is made worse by evil men. What do you think of this? It's a harsh world, but people do what they have to do to survive. It's hard to keep your hands clean in times like these, even for the best of folks. She stands and begins to address the group as a whole. We do what we have to do to survive. Earlier I heard a man in great distress, retelling how he had been set upon by thugs and robbed of his worth. He too claimed that our world was an evil place, filled with evil men. He certainly was not relieved that the thugs would be eating well that evening. But I have spent some thought on this notion of an evil man. I ask, is a man evil because he takes from another? Consider the wolf and the hawk, how violently they take from the world around them. Yet do we call them evil? No reasonable person would. They take or they die. The group murmurs and nods in agreement. Branchier replies, yes, and so I wonder, are we as people so very far beyond the law of tooth and claw in this age? It has struck me that we live by our own nature as assuredly as do the wild beasts, and it is in every living being's best interest to act in the way that most benefits itself. If the option is available to prey upon our fellows, many will take that choice in an effort to gain some boon to their own well-being. This holds true from the most petty burglary to the grandest of political schemes. Is it evil? I would call it ignorant. But how often do the wild beasts take in excess, or purely for pleasure? There are men and women who take from those around them far more than they need for their own survival, be they bandits or nobles. A fellow standing near you murmurs, This is true. Brancher merely shrugs. Most of you take too much of everything every day. It's our desire to store up for tomorrow that drives us to greed. If anything, there is the greater evil amongst you. It drives you to always want for more and live in fear of having to do too little. Better to live like me. I sleep where I'd like each day, eat whatever I'd like, love whatever I'd like. This is the path of true happiness. Some would call that living like a dog, and many of them are barely living much better. I say we should all live more like dogs. Look at the street mutts. They manage enough food here and there. They play, they sleep. That is their way every day. We should all be so fortunate. You said that earlier that taking advantage of those around us isn't evil, but ignorant. How so? Because they fail to see that by preying on those around them, they are more likely to have the same done to them at some point. A wise person would understand that our nature is to self-serve, but with a reflection, understand that if we all seek to help ourselves, even at the expense of those around us, we all stand to suffer at the hand of each other. And not wanting to suffer, we can, as a whole, be more prudent in the way we live our lives. We can choose not to inflict suffering, knowing that those around us also prefer this course. We are not a wise people. Branchia nods grimly. I agree, and it may be unrealistic, but I wonder if strong leadership could bring that to us. But for now, tooth and claw in the time of ignorance. May you all come to live as I do, like a dog in the street. For there's no happiness in the sorting the wolves and hares. All right, leave. I don't know. This isn't getting me anywhere. Let's go up to the castle. I gotta do something. Let's talk to Brother Marcus. I, for one, welcome our Aurelian overlord, says the former second acolyte, showing no trace of former piety. Okay. I guess he got no choice. I'm not making any progress this game. Let's see if we got anything in here that I need to deal with. There's Masus. Let's talk to him. Master RPG Crawler. Always a pleasure. If there's anything I can do for you, anything at all, don't hesitate to ask. After all, we're all on your debt. Nephew, excuse me, I need to go over these reports. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. Always a pleasure. I'd like to take a look at Meru's private library. It's the least I can do, says Macius, turning to his man. My friend wants a tour. Start with the library. Go to the library. All right. Well, there's some progress. Alright, let's look at the shelves. The library is filled with scrolls, a desperate but ultimately misguided effort to preserve pre-war knowledge. Most documents are embellished retellings of second or third-hand accounts, nothing but fanciful stories with little value. One particular story catches your eye. It speaks of a war between the Magi, but doesn't provide any specifics, focused on the emotional aspects instead. It speaks of a great schism and greater anguish, of brothers fighting brothers, and of the last great battle that ended their order and scattered the Magi. An entire section is dedicated to the last first of the Magi, his biography, various attempts to understand and decipher his work, stories of his exploits written more than a century after his death, and 3 different accounts of his last battle. In the most fanciful account, the first of the Magi faced demons who took on human form, pretending to be his brothers, but the great and wise Magus saw through their lies. Unleashing a fiery sword of heaven, he battled them for many days and nights that were as bright as day, until he was engulfed in heavenly fire that burned him and the shape-shifting demons alive. Finally, there's something interesting. It's an interpretation of a document written from the words of a blind Magus. The document itself is missing, but it seems the Magus attempted to explain how the shadowy gates worked to a scribe assigned to him in his last days. The scribe dutifully wrote everything down and passed to his superiors for evaluation. The document gathered dust for almost 200 years until it was discovered by an eager but overly verbose lore master who attempted to make sense of the arcane. The interpretation leaves much to be desired, but the cited passages speak of a honeycomb network and a complex system that governed it. Once activated, a gate stayed connected to the entire network, but in order to transmute matter, the scribe noted that the Magus said what sounded like transmit. It required a special permission, granted or revoked by the first of the Magus' officium. Take notes of these special permissions and leave. Yes. That was from that one. See if there's anything up here. Okay. Ah, they're all like that. Okay, let's examine the console. It doesn't seem to be working. Yeah, this is all just the same stuff. Yeah. Let's leave the library for now. Alright, well that's a little bit forward. I could go to Esdras. I don't know what to do here. If you get up and running, you'll be able to explore the library, but I need to find the missing parts for that. Let's go. Let's go to, well, let's talk to the blacksmith real quick. See if it has any crafting schematics. Let me see your wares instead. He's not got nothing I need. Let's go to the trader. I need, like, bombs. I don't have anything else. Yeah, I took out all this stuff. Yeah, let's go to the main... Let's go to the main town again. To the main bazaar area. I'm sorry I'm not getting very far. I'm kind of like at a dead end until I figure out how to fix some things. I have to either get a couple more points of skill points, or I have to get some bombs and try and hope they work. Let's talk here. I don't know what I don't know what this is going to get me. Wait, isn't there like something over here I can try and do? Yeah. Talk to Cadmos. Nice spear. Was he really a champion? Provoke Cadmos. Watch it, yells Cadmos. You spilled my drink. You're lucky I don't remember how to hold that spear anymore. I can fight him, but that's not going to go well because I got nothing. I'm not a fighter. I'm a talker. I don't even have, yeah, I don't even have... There we go, I've reloaded. And he blocked. He's gonna kill me. Yeah, I'm not a fighter. Yeah. That was my bad. Yeah, that was kind of stupid of me. That I gotta admit, that was straight up stupid of me. That was my bad. All right, let's look at the merchant section. Find out if I can find anything that'll help. Let's talk to Clericus. Nothing at the moment. Well, here's some stalls. Let's talk to these merchants. Browse the wares. So this is all armor and such. What can we get? I don't think we could get much of anything. A broken fountain. I don't know why I'd go there, but... Alright, this is completely unnecessary here. Quintus's Palace of Pleasure. What? Yeah. Alright, come get some strange for a few coins. Lowest price guaranteed, or it's free. That doesn't sound like a wise place to be. There's nothing in here that I need. There's Abukar. I can talk to him. Let's talk to him. Yeah, I don't think that I'm going to get anywhere. There's going to be a whole lot of nothing going on here. Let's talk to Abukar. I have a few items. I found an old machine beneath the library's house was missing some parts. There's nothing there. Didn't I tell you that? Is that why you disabled the generator so that nobody can find that nothing you want to keep hidden? You want to see it? You think you'll be better off knowing? You think that this warning left to us as if we can do nothing but pray and hope that the worst won't come to pass is something you can easily forget? Then go and see for yourself. He opens one of the crates and fishes out a strange device. I sold the other one to that imbecile who runs the curio stall. If you're lucky, he still has it. Oh, only 1 point, so I gotta go to the curio stall, wherever that is. Where's the curio stall? The curio trader. Here we go. Alright. I'm looking for some... Welcome to Marcus Cornelius Arvina's House of Curio. Looking for anything in particular? Protection against the evil eye is always in high demand. Copper bracelets to increase your energy and improve well-being. Good luck charms, you can never have too many of those, I assure you. In fact, if you buy 2, I'll give you the 3rd for free. I'm looking for some parts. Parts, a rare commodity these days, but I might have something for you. What do you need? An oil injector and an air valve. Maybe later. Hold on, what did he give me? What did he give me? I need an air valve and an oil injector. I was given one. I was given an oil injector. Let's get an air valve. I have a black powder bomb. An air valve. Why, it's your lucky day, friend. The amazing multi-purpose, one-of-a-kind air valve-looking piece of history can be yours for a token sum of 100 Imperials. Bam, 100 Imperials. Nothing at the moment. I am literally... No, I'm 2 points away from being able to boost crafting a little bit. Let's go to the library, then. If nothing else than to try this out. Get that much further ahead. Alright. I'm gonna quick save the game. We'll come fix the ancient machinery, I hope. Generator isn't working. Reattach the air valve. Crafting. Do you really need an oil injector to make this? Okay. Reattach the oil injector. It takes you a few hours to make the injector work as advertised and pump the oil into the main chamber. The machine is needed. Add oil and you're good to go. 5 jars should be enough. You don't have enough oil. God, I forgot the oil. Where do I get oil? Tell you what, I'm gonna look for oil in the next episode. For now, this has been the RPG Crawler with the Age of Decadence. If you like what you've seen, remember to leave a like, comment if you got any feedback, and subscribe for RPG content. Until next time, take care and goodbye.